Hello, Capricorn. Welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading for whom you'll be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Val 53 Tarot. She'll review as well. Thank you. Interesting. Like I know I see speckles. Nothing like good old communication and a talk or conversation to clear things up. Clear things up, clean things up. Get things the way you want it. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. That's pretty specific. Jumping into that's pretty specific. You can have a little bit of a deja vu moment here, Capricorn. Jumping into this, whatever is going on or taking place, clearly there's some sort of communication or contact between the two of you. I feel like it's almost like communication or news ahead of time. I almost kind of feel like not necessarily them kind of putting you on hold or putting you on pause, but it kind of feels like maybe this energy of like, well, we'll see through the conversation, because ultimately they are doing what they got to do to maintain things and keep things going for themselves, which I do see they're doing what they can. At the same time, what's fascinating about this, things are moving forward and progressing, and there is communication and contact as to how things are going, so they are keeping you in the loop about something. But the way they are perceiving things with what they got going on personally for themselves with their work, career, finances, investments, their work, content, career, niche, whatever it is, there's something there that they're discovering that they're just emotionally not okay with. Whatever this is, they're kind of saying that this is not something that they're going to drop or get over or move on from very easily, which is interesting though, because what they're kind of showing me, Capricorn, is you. You, Capricorn, are there to save the day. Nice. You're there to save the day. They're realizing that the connection, the collaborative energy between the two of you is necessary for them to kind of say, you know what? This actually does work out. It actually does benefit them. Teamwork to make the dream work. I feel like not only does it benefit and work out for them with who they are and what they've accomplished and kind of, what they got in place, set up for themselves, but it also works out for other things as well. What's interesting is there's this energy of gaining understanding and perspective, and here's where it gets a little fascinating. The collaborative energy between the two of you. I can't help but get a little bit of an intuitive hint or nudge as to they are actually learning from you. They're learning from you. Not only that, they are learning from you and they are actually being inspired by you, but at the same time, even though they are being inspired by you, they don't exactly know what to do about it or do with it. So even though they do get ideas and they are very studious and they like to absorb as much information as they can get their hands on, they don't know what to do with it once they get their hands on it, if you follow my drift. They're kind of like saying, oh, great, I can learn this, great, that worked out, but them trying to kind of like go through the process or go through the action themselves is a different story. Yeah. That's what I was kind of wondering. There it is. Yeah, they're saying without you, it's a completely different story. Like I said, it's like Capricorn to save the day. They feel like you saved the day. And so when it comes to them focusing on something themselves personally, okay, interesting. We'll see where this goes. Let's see if they try and correct me. Really? Is that so? I do appreciate the information. Ooh. Okay. Two different Capricorns. Two different Capricorns. Okay. So jumping back into this. This inspiration that they've learned from you, they're not too sure if they can actually utilize it. Like I said, it's an energy of, even though they absorb as much as they get their hands on, they don't know what to do with it once they do have it. That's interesting. I feel like they're having kind of like second thoughts about this, because they see this as it could be beneficial for them, it could not be beneficial for them, but they still present themselves like, you know what, after having second thoughts, it's just too much of a risk, it's just too much of an unknown factor. I kind of feel like they're choosing to be like, you know what, nah, it's too problematic, it's too troublesome. They're trying to ultimately determine what else they kind of feel called to do, which is interesting because they take a step back from this to try and piece it all together to find out what they feel called to do. Interesting. They're not getting any more clarity. They're not getting any more clarity. They're like, they understand certain things but not other things. I don't know what that's about or what that means, but then it switches over to the energy of relationship, commitment, marriage. They're not too sure exactly where things are going. They do have plans in mind, but it seems like they're trying to, how do I say this? Whatever the relationship or the marriage is, whether it's between the two of you or whether you guys are investing with one another, I don't know. Or you guys are in the relationship marriage together, I don't know. This is interesting because they show me such an energy of like this over here, me over here, and then that over there, like very kind of particular. They're making plans though. They're making plans that I do see that they're doing absolutely they can to kind of be on board with as well as feel confident about. But ultimately, they're kind of like saying there's something here that they do have in mind. I don't know if this is like a family situation or family matter or the relationship. I feel like it is extended, but even though there's a lot of hopeful energy here, it seems like it hasn't really gone too much farther than that. That's why they haven't yet. It's a whole lot of okay. So that's between. I feel like that's between the two of you. That's between the two of you. They're planning. It's interesting. They're planning something that they're going to bring to you. They're planning something that they're going to bring to you. Don't know what. They do have an idea though. It's sort of like whatever that is. It's definitely they're moving. So that means they're approaching you. I don't know what that is, but of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with an air sign, a fire sign, a water sign, or an earth sign. They're all here. Goodbye.